The Christmas Train was released this year in 2024. It's directed by Fabrigar, written by Tricia, Aurand, and we have a cast including Chelsea Gilson, Carissa Murray, Logan Coffey, Anthony Jensen, Christopher M. Dukes, Tyler Andrews, Natalia Bilbao, Stephen Wesley Green, David Solis, and Ashlei, Shyne. And I'd say I really enjoyed about half of this film. The other half was kind of boring, kind of slow, but not bad. There's nothing bad about it. But it definitely kind of comes and goes. And it's not even so much that I enjoyed, for example, the second half. It's kind of like I enjoyed bits and pieces here and there. I liked one scene, the next scene maybe wasn't that strong. And in general, I'd say it's a pretty good film, and it certainly deals with some really important topics. It's about two brothers who are on leave for Christmas, and they're on this train, and they meet a singer called Sabrina, and we have some other characters as well. And it's all about them connecting, sharing their own stories, getting to know each other. And there are... Well, I won't say too much about what happens, but there is a reason for them to get off of the train at one point. So we do have a different location just to mix things up, which I think was really necessary, because I'd say about halfway through, I was starting to think, is this entire film just going to be on the train? Because as much as I love trains for settings, I just love trains in general. I know a lot of people do. It does get a little bit boring to look at if that's basically all you've got. But no, they do mix things up a little bit, which I was quite pleased about. The narrative itself isn't the most interesting. The concept is fine, but the execution's maybe a little dull here and there. But every now and then, we'll have a really important conversation, and there are a lot of conversations about organ donors, and I don't want to say, again, too much about who that affects or who has a history with this. But those conversations are very well written and very inspirational. And I feel like anybody watching this, if they're not registered as an organ donor, then I feel like hopefully it will make some people think maybe they could register as an organ donor. And I think if that's a takeaway from the film, then that's a pretty solid thing. With regards to the Christmas aspect, because we're on the train for a lot of it, it's not necessarily the most festive, but they still manage to get some Christmas aspect in there. And then it does become a little bit more festive as the film progresses. So in general, I'd say it's an okay film. There's absolutely nothing bad about it. The characters are well written. The performances are really strong. It's very well filmed. We have some really nice music. It's definitely slow for about half of the film. But again, it's not necessarily the first half or anything like that. It's just every now and then it really slows down. But it picks itself back up again. So I don't have any real complaints about this. Generally, it's pretty light, pretty easy to watch, but there are those scenes that are a little heavier, a little bit more important, and I think the balance there is very well done. And ultimately, I thought The Christmas Train was a really decent film, definitely not too bad, and I'm very happy to recommend it.